So you guys decided that the ultimate insane demon's next victim will be Crimson Clutter by Red Universe. This was incredibly fun to remake, and here is what I made and how I made it. So we are back with the ultimate insane demon. Today will be very interesting as Crimson Clutter is a very simple level, but I will try my best just to see how this will go. The transition into this part was very harsh, but after figuring some stuff out, I began with the gameplay relatively quickly. So what I want to begin with is have a little structure like this, maybe. Let's put this a little bit closer like this, and also I guess expand it maybe. Let's put a diamond shape right here. The gameplay and structuring in most 9 Circles levels are very similar, and Crimson Clutter isn't really anything different here, so most of this gameplay wasn't really that interesting either. And then right here, where I'll have that infamous gap. I'm talking about the gap with the spikes that go like this. Yeah, I guess that could work. Then probably align these closer to the grid, and then at this little part of the song I'll have slow speed for a little bit. I overestimated the difficulty of this part a lot, so later on I went and buffed this to make it more similar to Insane Demon difficulty. Let's say I'll do what the original level did, and it's once you get down to here, it's a normal structure, and then maybe there can be some spikes here, and maybe a saw blade down here. Let's say I'll do another structure going like this. I guess another saw blade here. Maybe not that big, maybe this saw blade. That's probably a little awkward, but I guess I can make these fake slopes. The rest of this wasn't really that interesting, but now we'll get onto the decoration of the part. I didn't do the ship gameplay right now, as I think I'll do that after I've finished with all of the other details. So to begin with, I want to make it so that the background is just a very slight color, but you can barely see it at all. And then the object color can be a blinding red color, like this, yeah. I split the design into 4 different parts, with each getting more and more orange. I really like this detail, and it saves the part from being too monochromatic. Now this doesn't really look that good, but I think I know how to fix that. And that will be the legendary black inner outlines. Let's go. I think I can make it so that these are a little bit darker, 0.60 brightness. And then on layer 4, I'll add some slope glow. Yeah, I don't want to just copy paste it downwards. That's very boring. I can make it so that if every single layer gets more and more orange. Yeah, plus 10 hue for each downwards thing. I did a lot of copy and paste while making this design, so I'll just go over the details that were fully original for each of the segments. So I can take these objects, pair them up with these objects, and just copy paste these throughout the part. What if I try to use some ground spikes to cover these up? Yeah, like that maybe. I can shift these down by 1 to make them cover even more. I want to use more unique details for this, so I can add some pretty thin but also some pretty noticeable black glow. Yeah, just to section most of this off. On the 3rd layer, I did something pretty similar to Arctic Lights, using the same types of objects, but I did add some extra details because it felt a little bit less decorated than everything else. I can try to use these objects to kind of mask it off. That's very similar to this top right here, so I gotta do something different from that. What if I try to use these objects, but in reverse? Yeah, I guess that could work. And then on layer 12, I'll just continue with the glow. Layer 13 will be the final layer, and maybe I can just make that black. To give that plus 30 hue, yeah, we're up to that now, and just make the inside entirely black. I can add some very, very strong glow here. And then I guess I can add some black inner outlines here. I then began with the pulses for the design, where I encountered a problem, but I managed to fix it in a very unique way. Since I can't really like pulse these to different colors, I'm gonna do like an opposite pulse. Yeah, so it fades on like this, and while it sounds confusing, I'll make it work later on. So I think I can just like copy and paste this throughout. Maybe I can have it so that it holds for a little bit. Or if I make it so that they're more close to each other. Yeah, like that. That's better. Now I think it's just the time for me to apply this block design to the rest of the structures in this part. So let's just do that. And while I'm filling in the block design, I'll humbly ask you to please subscribe. I spend a lot of time on these videos and any support would be highly appreciated. I also have memberships, so smash that join button for tons of cool perks. But let's get back to me remaking Crimson Clutter. Okay, so I've finished filling in all of the block design for the first part, and I'm really proud of how I did this. So what I want to do now on layer 17, yeah, this block design used a lot, and I mean a lot of layers, but I want to add some like overlay glow to this. Glow overlay acts as lighting in this setting, and it spices up the part a lot, and that's why I use it as much as I do. It kind of gives it like a more volcanic feeling for some reason. Yeah, that really puts it like crimson in Crimson Clutter. I'm not really used to using this many layers, but I'm finally doing this ground spike design again. Like I did this many times, but this time I'm actually gonna explain how I do it. Maybe I can scale this up to 2 times. I can make it so that this outline has less saturation and more hue. And then maybe I can add some like T3 glow behind this. I'll just scale these back to normal. I have no idea. Yeah. I then added some movement to the ground spikes to make the part feel way more intense. I then began with the background, where I did something similar to the hallucination. Let's say these objects right here, just like stagger them like this, so I can make these black, the first layer. Copy this up and to the right. Then I want to scale this up a lot to like 2 times, and I guess put some squares inside of here. I can try to add some glow to this, B2 blending glow. Then I'll just take this and I guess just flip this throughout all of this. This background took a lot of adjustments, and while most of it was just layering, it was still very frustrating and not that fun to do. I don't really remember where I saw this. I want to do something similar to what I did in the 9 circles level, in the like memory ball parts, where I had these like sections with memory in them. If you've already watched that video, you know exactly how I made this, so I'll just go over the details that were actually original for this level. I guess I can scale up a little bit more. And then I'm gonna make it so that this kind of like backdrop is half opacity again. And maybe I can add some like arrows inside of here. So let's say I'll take these arrows, make it so that the first layer is black, but then copy this up and give this like the orange blending color, and then copy it down. We'll make this have even more hue. Yeah, so it's like a neon design. Now I gotta see, does this interfere with the background? I mean, I guess it kinda does, but is it really a big deal? Like, is it really worth it to change it when I'm this far into making it? I guess I can add some like outlines to distinguish it from itself. What if I'm gonna like move it a little bit further out? I also gotta make it so that this is no touch, so she can't like interact with this. It feels a little bit stiff, so I'ma just give it the movement that I gave it in the original parts, which is just taking these objects right here. So I feel like what I'm gonna do now is work on saw blade design. Rare time that I do saw blade design before spike design, but I'm gonna do it. There wasn't really that much interesting going on with the saw blades, but I'll still cover them just to show what I did. What brightness does this actually have? 0.60. Then I just wanna do the same thing for these. Let's just split all of this apart. Except I'm giving this some hue variation. I feel like this should have 0.20 plus 20 hue. Then I'm gonna take a third layer of saw blades. Let's give this, I don't know, plus 30 hue. Then I'm gonna just assemble all of this. Take this circle, scale it down, and also give it the appropriate hue. Now, I'm gonna add glow to this. I had some interesting ideas for this glow, but they didn't really work that well, so I just caved in and did something generic. Then I'm gonna make it so that these saw blades have group 70... Wait, what groups are there? The rest of this was just adding the pulses to the saws and the saws to the part, so let's do a little cool transition into the spike design. And then the final thing to do is, of course, the spike design. I'm pretty much just gonna do the same exact thing as the saw blade design, but I kind of want to make it so that it's a little bit more special. So let's add the black inner outlines to this. Then let's add the classic glow. I'm just doing like full on my generic thing. Give all of this group 70. And I'm just gonna copy paste this. And also give this like some hue. Scale all of this down to like 0.7. Copy paste this another time. And give this even more hue. So that's a very generic spike. I do like it. So that now I'm just gonna copy paste this throughout the part. Now it might look that the video is gonna continue a lot more, but most of this stuff is pretty much just gonna be the same as this wave part. Not the gameplay, however, so I will do that. Here I remade the gameplay for this ship part right here, which I think I nailed pretty well, but the physics made it so that I had to change some stuff in the future. Right here, I'll do some like kinda straight fly. It's not really gonna be that bad. I guess maybe instead of that, I can just like copy this fake, yeah. Now I think I gotta make it so that this is like the normal size that it was. So just have like another yellow orb right here. Go into a yellow portal that shoots you into some slopes like this, maybe I can have it so that the slope is here, so you click the yellow orb but you don't click as you hit the portal. Kind of want to have it so that this doesn't shoot you as far down. Or I guess have a yellow orb here onto like the little break part. The rest of this was just structuring the part and adding the saw blades into the part, so let's skip to the next thing. So yeah, that's the structuring for the entire ship part, and the final thing to do now is just to add some like pulses to the foreground and background. The edit color trigger is surprisingly good for pulses, and I used that here to give even more intensity to the part. So this makes like an orange color, so let's say this happens immediately, but then a matter of 0.3 seconds, it turns back into normal. Yes, I like that a lot. So the final thing to do now is of course the names of the members of my channel to the parts. Thank you so much to my members Destiny, Ghostzan, RST621, Kofo, Zosialuko, and Felmix9. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and a special thanks to my members, you guys are the best, and let's get to the final showcase of the level. One final thing, I've uploaded another poll for you guys to decide what demon I should remake next, and that's about it, so see ya.